Hey guys, Dr. Stephanie here, and if you're having any heel pain or plantar fasciitis, you know that it can be a real pain and sometimes really hard to get rid of. And you just have to be patient sometimes, but also you can do some things to help it heal faster. And those things are working on building foot strength and big toe strength, working on big toe mobility and foot and ankle mobility, and also working on some hip strengthening and single leg stability. So we're going to go through a few exercises that can help today. Now, it's really important that these muscles on the back of your lower leg, your gastrocnemius, which is the bigger muscle, your soleus, which is the smaller lower muscle there, those need to be loose, because if they're too tight, that can put excess stress on your foot and cause more heel and foot pain. So we're going to go through 2 stretches you can do for those muscles first. So for the gastroc stretch, that's the biggest calf muscle back here, we're going to place our feet shoulder width apart, 1 foot in front of the other. We're stretching the back leg. Keep this back knee straight. Keep your heel on the ground. You're just going to lean forward. You can do this against a counter or a wall as well. And you just want to hold that position. Now, I don't like to hold this too long, because that can kind of cut off blood supply. So there is something to be said about you can hold stretches for a long time to really increase flexibility. But I like holding for 5 to 10 seconds and just doing more repetitions. That, I think, really helps increase blood flow and improve that mobility. So hold 5 to 10 seconds and then relax. And then you can do all the same on one side, or you can switch. So same thing on the other side, 1 foot in front of the other, feet about shoulder width apart. Keep that back knee straight and heel on the ground, and just lean forward into a chair or counter or couch. And just really feel that stretch in the back of your lower leg. Hold about 10 seconds. And then I would repeat 3 to 5 times on each side. Okay, then we're going to go into the soleus stretch, which is that lower muscle here. That's an important muscle too. And a lot of times that can be tight when you're feeling heel pain or calf pain. So what you want to do now is, in order to stretch that, we need to bend our knee. So feet are in the same position as the gastroc stretch. Keep your heel on the ground and just bend this back knee. You don't even really need to lean forward. You just need to bend your knee and just hold this position for about 10 seconds. You should feel a stretch, a pretty good stretch in the back of your lower leg. Just hold it for about 10 seconds and then relax, and then we're going to switch, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bend that back knee, keep that heel on the ground, keep that knee straight over that toe, and hold for about 10 seconds. And then relax. And again, repeat 3 to 5 times on each side. Okay, then we're going to do a big toe stretch. So it's important that the big toe moves as well. And a lot of times in people with heel pain or foot pain or plantar fasciitis, that toe doesn't move like it should. So you're going to take a towel, roll it up, and place it underneath your big toe. It'll go under your other toes too, but keep the rest of your foot on the ground. And what you want to do, keep that big toe extended under that towel. You're just going to step forward and stretch that big toe, keeping your heel on the ground. So this, we're just going to hold 3 to 5 seconds, and then you're going to step back and then step forward. Get that big toe stretched out and back, just 3 to 5 seconds, and then repeat this about 10 times. Just really getting a good stretch in that toe. You'll get a stretch in your calf as well. Okay, then we're going to switch. Same thing on the other foot. So place that towel under that big toe, and you just want to step forward, keep that heel on the ground, stretch that big toe and that calf at the same time, and come back. So just 3 to 5 seconds here, and do that about 10 times. Just really getting that big toe stretched out. Okay. Now, we're going to go into a little bit of strengthening. So the next thing we're going to do, and you can do this sitting or standing, but this is called an arch lift. So in order to strengthen the muscles in the bottom of your feet, or maybe you have like a flat foot, your arch is collapsed, we need to restore that arch and restore that strength in those foot muscles and that posterior tibialis muscle that runs along the side inside here and goes underneath your foot. So in order to do that, you want to keep your foot flat on the ground, try not to curl your toes, and just make an arch with your foot. So you're just lifting and making an arch and coming back down. And you can do this sitting as well if you want to. Sometimes that's easier to start with. You're just kind of sliding your toes back, making an arch with your foot. And just hold it for a second or two. You want to do that 10 or 15 times, and then you'll repeat with the opposite foot. 10 or 15 times there. Really try not to curl your toes under. If you have a hard time at first, that's okay. Just curl them, and then just kind of work on not curling them eventually. Okay, so the next one is a little bit of toe strengthening exercise. It's called a toe wave, and hopefully you can see my toes well enough. But basically, you're gonna lift your big toe and then lift all the other toes. And keeping the rest of your foot on the ground. So just your toes should be up. Then put your little toe on the ground and slowly put the other toes on. You're gonna lift your big toe and then lift, so you're gonna, in a wave. So big toe all the way to the little toe down first, all the other toes to the big toe. Big toe lifts, all the other toes, and then little toe down first and back down. So kind of in a wave pattern. So try to do one at a time. Little toe down first, all the way to the big toe. Lift your big toe all the way to the little toe. And keep repeating. I like to repeat that for about 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, to finish, we're gonna grab a ball. So any type of small ball, tennis ball, lacrosse ball, you can place that between your ankles, right above the bone, so you don't want it on the bone. And then you're just gonna do a calf raise. So come up on your toes and slowly back down. If you need to hold on to something, you definitely can, because this is not really working on balance as much as it's working on strength. So place that ball there, coming up on our toes and back down, up on our toes and back down. You want to do about 2 to 3 sets of 10 of these. And this is really working on calf strength. It's also working on strengthening that posterior tibialis muscle, the muscle that runs on the inside of your leg and supports your arch. So all of these exercises are a great place to start if you're having any heel pain or foot pain or plantar fasciitis. And these can help improve foot and ankle mobility and strength, and hopefully get rid of your pain and get you back to doing all of the things you want to do.